Good morning. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for joining us again for our Sunday School review. I am joined by Sister Jill Gilbert here from the Western Diocese. How are you feeling today, Sister Jill?
I am doing well and happy to be here, excited about celebrating the fathers and wishing them all a happy Father's Day.
It is so good to be here. It is. We want to again say Happy Father's Day to all the men who have been faithful. Sister Jill, I want to give you a chance to say special greetings to the fathers out there and maybe the special men in your life.
Happy Father's Day to everyone. Happy Father's Day specifically to Mr. Kenneth Hughes, Mr. Jesse Thomas, and Mr. Linford Doolin. Thank you all for what you've done for me and helping me become the young lady that I am today. I also want to say Happy Father's Day to my hubby, my honey, Marzette Gilbert. Thank you for our three beautiful children and all that you've done in order to make them the young people that they are today. If there's anything that I could say is always, always don't become so sanctified that you cannot be transparent with your children. Help them to learn and grow through everything that you've been through. And I think they can become very successful from that.
Wow, I think that is very encouraging. Our lesson this week is receive wisdom's gifts. Receive wisdom's gifts. The scripture focus for this week is Proverbs 8 through 21. And the lesson focus is choose your pursuit, God's wisdom or the world's desires. The first section of verses is Proverbs 8 through 14. And the second section is 17 through 21. Sister Jill, I'll take the first. If you take the second, is that cool?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Let's jump in. The first outline says wisdom's counsel. And it starts by saying, all the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Here is the part that really stuck out to me. These three words: receive my instruction. It is the writer telling us that even though he's teaching all of these things, we have to have a teachable spirit. We have to be open to instruction. I heard a preacher say one time, and I'll never forget it. He said, when we're born, we look like our parents. When we die, we look like our choices. And I was like, wow, that is great insight. And he was saying that all of us make choices all throughout our day, all day, every day, career choices, relationship choices. I mean, we make choices, diet choices, exercise choices. And for us to make the best choices, we have to be willing to receive instruction. So I challenge all of us to always be open to learning. By profession, I'm a teacher myself, but still, we do faculty development. There are people they bring in to teach us how to be effective. And even more as Christians, we should always strive to be open to receive instruction. Matter of fact, it closes this way. It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. And the first thing it lists right there is pride. You know what pride says? Pride says, you can't tell me nothing. I know everything. And then that sets us up to make bad choices. So I challenge all of us to have a hands open posture, always be open to receive, always be open to learn. Sister Jill, I've taken enough time. I'm going to pass it off to you. Proverbs 8 verses 17 through 21. Tell us what stuck out to you.
So it reads in the NLT version, I love all who love me. Those who search will surely find me. I have riches and honor, as well as enduring wealth and justice. My gifts are better than gold, even the purest gold. My weight is better than sterling silver. I walk in righteousness in paths of justice. Those who love me inherit wealth and will fill their treasuries. One of the things that really stuck out to me is the fact that they are personifying wisdom as a woman speaking, as wisdom is a woman. And she's basically saying, I love those who seek me, those who want me, those who want wisdom. And she assures them that there's a solid outcome if you seek me. If you seek me and you obtain me, then there's a solid outcome for your future. And with that, it took me to one of the things that I think about is, as a mom, these are the ages that my children are right now. I have a 28-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 16-year-old. And one of the things that really gets me right now as a mom is when they come to me and they say, I want your advice. That really gets me when they say, I want your advice. It makes me feel, I kind of feel like wisdom feels and is being personified. I love it that you actually are seeking my advice, that you want to know something that I might have wisdom about. And then it gets a little bit tricky though, because if they take my advice and they do what I say, then I feel like, all right, I did the right thing. I gave them godly wisdom and it's all good. But then if they hear my advice and they go a completely different direction, I'm like, man, what did I do? What's wrong? How come they didn't receive it? And I imagine that's how God feels sometimes.
Wow.
You know, because his instruction and his wisdom is right there for us, and he loves for us to come and seek him and to obtain that wisdom. But then we read it, and that's like us being readers of the word, but not being doers of the word. And so we'll read it, and then it's up to us to decide, do I want to go with this godly wisdom, or do I want to go with the instant gratification of what the world is offering me?
Wow.
So I kind of like aligned myself with wisdom and how she's being personified with my children and what's going on in my day-to-day life. I even went a little bit further back when I was looking at it. When I was in school, math scared the mess out of me. I did well in it, but it scared me. And to me, I kind of equated it to having a fear of the Lord, to having that fear of the Lord. Because without math, I couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Without the Lord, we can't go any further.
Wow.
I had to take math because I wanted to go to college. I need the Lord because I want to go to heaven. So in my pursuit with math, I had to learn certain equation rules or whatever, and I had to learn that if this is this, then this equals that. That's how Proverbs reads to me.
Wow.
Proverbs reads to me that if this, then this happens.
Yeah.
If this don't happen and you do this, then this is what happens. And as long as we followed those rules, and if it was the same way with me and Matt, as long as I followed those rules, then I was able to progress and get a little bit further. But I had to have that acknowledgement of those rules in order for me to progress. And as soon as I stopped acknowledging those rules and having a desire to learn more and put on top of it, then that's when my journey with math ended. Now, with God, we can never stop allowing our desire in our journey with him and what he's laid out for us as far as the commandments and rules and wisdom. We can't stop until we meet him face to face. So it's an everlasting journey, and it's one of those things where you have to have a desire to want to continue building on top of everything that he gives you. So that's what I got from you.
Wow. Wow.
And that is your inheritance.
Wow. And I want to circle back to something you said. I think that was very important. And you said you have to have that desire. And I'm picturing in my mind someone that has that desire, but he is distressed because they seem to have been trying to follow God all the time and things still don't work out. How would you encourage that person who's thinking about giving up on God because it seems things aren't working out?
One of the things that I like to do is when I get distracted or when I start feeling a certain way is I try God. I'll actually go to God in prayer and be like, Lord, your word says this. Your word tells me that if I do this, if I do that, then this is what you have for me.
Wow.
And I'm not seeing it right now. I don't understand. I need you to just give me some glimmer of hope, some enlightenment to show me that you are really there and that your word is true. And it happens. I promise you. And that's what I tell my kids that all the time. I tell them, I said, just be obedient and do what the Lord tells you to do. And ask him to show you and don't stop. Just ask him to show you. That's one of the most important things is it's like when you get down on your knees and you ask God and you start speaking to God and you get up before he even gets a chance to give you an answer. You got to be patient. You got to wait. And so I guess my answer would be is to wait. Wait on the Lord. Wait for him to give you a clear answer. And in the meantime, don't corrupt yourself with a whole bunch of other nonsense and outside noise that's going on, because then you won't be able to hear him, because God don't speak to us in loud, booming voices.
Right.
Somebody misconstrued or misheard something that I said the other day. I was at work and I was on my radio, and the guys were going back and forth, and I said, "You guys sound like a bunch of divas." And he said, "How do you know what Jesus sounds like?" I said, "No, not Jesus, divas." And he came to me later and asked me, "Do you know what Jesus sounds like?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." I said,
Wow.
"He's not proud." I said, "He answers us in a sweet, calm voice." I said, "So you got to be able to hear him, and you won't be able to
Mm.
hear him if you're distracted by all these different things." I mean, I know that was off on a tangent, but still.
No, I think it makes perfect sense. I think the key is if you're in that point of feeling distressed, a lot of times we got to separate from the distractions. I love that. I love that. So we can hear that sweet, still voice. Now, listen, let me
Mhm.
tell you, if you want to hear that voice, continue studying your lesson weekly. Weekly, stay in the word daily. Study to show thyself approved, workman need not be ashamed. Rightly divide that word of truth. Continue to support your church financially through calling various members. Keep the body strong, even though we're not together right now. So please continue to follow your church's live stream. And Sister Jill, I'm going to let you have the closing word. If people forget everything we said today, what's the one thing that they need to take away from this lesson?
Seek wisdom. God will give you what you're seeking for. Seek it.
Wow. You can't listen. Two words: seek wisdom. Have a great Father's Day. Have a great Sunday. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye bye.
Happy birthday to you too, DK.
Appreciate you.